Now, I've heard about camouflage, but this has got to be taking the piss. How the hell have we ended up here? Hello folks, don't mind me, welcome to another video. I've just picked a parking spot at random at this locale, and it's put me under the shade. It's keeping me cool, which I appreciate because it's friggin' warm where I am currently situated. Now, anything that helps to keep an old fella cool is worthwhile, but this is something else. Well, we've got it looks like we've got a 172's in the pool up there. Good Lord, something's awry here with the scenery. The first time I visited this location here in the sim, I have been here IRL. I can assure you that when I was there, there was not an aeroplane taking up space in the resort pool, and nor was there a V35B Bonanza taking it easy under the palms. Anyway, so we're going to have to do something about that, folks. Welcome to a Hangar Queens episode featuring the V35B Bonanza that I assure you is that aircraft. Let me try something here in terms of bringing it out into the open. How can we do that? Can we find a spot there? The old slew mode. We can at least see it in all of its green and gold glory. Yeah, that's a 172 in the pool. There's a little grass strip over there. There's a little bit too much vegetation here. We've got an aircraft taking off in the distance. Yes. Hangar Queens episode, folks, featuring the V35B Bonanza. Haven't flown it for a while. No real reason other than I've got too many aeroplanes and not enough time. I thought we'd bring it out for a quick flight. Beautiful part of the world. Green and gold livery, Aussie colours. Proud Australian here. We're coming up to Australia Day. Jude's gone, you'll notice, and she's been replaced. Jude and I think it's fair to say are on a break. There may be a restraining order involved. Can't talk too much more about that. I've replaced Jude with a better looking companion. Certainly a better smelling companion. This here is Virtual King. I've talked about him before. He was my real life canine companion for a lot of videos that you see on the channel. He departed this world just under a year or so ago. And thanks to the Got Friends avatar thing, I'm able to sort of bring him back and allow him to enjoy virtually aviating with the old fella again. So welcome back, King, and Jude, I hope wherever you are that you're suffering. That's a bit harsh, isn't it? Get sick of Jude. Anyway, Hangar Queens episode, folks. So I'll show you where we are, where we're going. Won't be a long flight. I'm hoping this one actually concludes successfully. It's been a bit of a struggle to complete a flight of late, and therefore make a video. Fingers crossed today. Let's fire up the flight plan. Alright, so let's orientate ourselves as we do via a little nav map. We are in the state of Queensland, or should I say off the coast of the state of Queensland here in Australia. About 5 hours or so north of the capital, being Brisbane. And we're off the coast. We're going to begin our journey under the palms of Lady Elliot Island. Beautiful little coral cay up there. Southern Great Barrier Reef, folks. This is kind of where the Great Barrier Reef begins. That's how I've always seen it anyway. Basically, this is the southern end, and a couple of thousand K later you get to the northern end, and yeah, it's world famous, isn't it? Great Barrier Reef. Beautiful place. Anywhere along its length is worth a worth a visit IRL if you get the opportunity. I quite like it down here. And yeah, Lady Elliot Island had the very good fortune, and it was good fortune to visit IRL on a day trip a little while ago, thanks to the generosity of a friend. Yeah, beautiful. They got an eco resort up there, and very small place, but worth a trip. We're going to begin our journey there today. Fly across a bit of reef, a bit of the Coral Sea, and we're going to land on sort of the northern end of an island, the largest sand island in the world. It used to be called Fraser Island, and still is referred to as Fraser Island by a lot of people. It has officially had a name change to Gari, so silent K, Gari, not Gary, as some of my fellow countrymen refer to it. You know, you say, what are you doing for Chrissy? And they say, I'm taking the kids camping on Gary. It's not Gary, Gari. But a lot of people still refer to it as Fraser Island, or simply Fraser. So short flight, about 60 nautical miles. Won't take us long in the bow. Nice little grass strip there at Orchid Beach on Gari, and yeah, that's the plan. I'll get us started. Navigate our way through pesky resort pools and over-vegetated landscapes, and we'll go flying. Alright, so we are just making our way through the eco resort here, past the accommodation blocks. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your wake-up call. Yeah, something is a little awry here with the scenery. I will link to it in the description. Not entirely sure what's going on here. Perhaps I've got two Lady Elliot Island bits of scenery installed. I'm not sure. G'day folks, how are you? Imagine waking up to that. A bow taxiing past your room. We'll just try and avoid all of this clutter on the ground. More vegetation. There is a lighthouse. Yes, I remember that lighthouse. What's the wind doing? We'll take off towards the sort of towards the southeast. Now we've got to try and get up the hill. Oh, this is a challenge. Come on, a bit more juicies. We've avoided the clutter. Alright, we'll make our way down here. Not quite that much juicies required. Short strip here on Lady Elliot Island. As I said earlier, lovely place to visit if you get the opportunity. Home of the manta rays. You can go snorkeling up here, and absolutely beautiful. Nice clear water, and you'll get to see lots of marine creatures. Dolphins, bloody big turtles, biggest turtles I've ever seen in my life. Yeah, lovely spot. You can get here from different mainland ports, including Gold Coast and Brizzy. I think Bundy as well, maybe Harvey Bay. Yes, and not cheap. Well, it was for me. it was comped. You know, when you're a flight sim influencer like me, folks, when you're a celebrity like me, you know, people just throw these opportunities at you. I'm of course joking. The generosity of a friend who decided to shout the missus and I a very special experience a few years ago. But yeah, I'm guessing it's you're probably going to lay down 1,000 or more Aussie dollars return from say Brisbane. They fly you there in a Grand Caravan, about an hour, just over an hour from Brisbane. Yeah, day trip. You can also stay here, as I said. There's an eco resort, very, very small island, and the airstrip basically cuts it in half. And yeah, the best snorkeling's out that side, as I recall. And then that's the resort. Anyway, folks, shall we do this thing? I think we're good to go. Haven't flown in a while. I don't think there's much to it. We've got trims. We don't need to worry about flaps, I don't think. Probably should do something with the transponder, just because pilots like to press buttons. 60 miles, that seems about right. We've got enough juices. We've got local barrow set. Our tracks are 137. That's set. 5,500 set. I think pretty much good to go. Let's do this thing, folks. We'll get landing lights on for what they were. Strobies can come on, and we'll do it. We might hold the brakes a little bit as we introduce some juices. This is a bloody short strip. Righto, full juices now. There we go. As we've got an aircraft about to enter the active, you'll need to stop, pal. A little bit of a left crosswind here. Airspeed is becoming alive. Yep, he's going to wait for me. Thank you, sir. A fair bit of right boot here to counteract. We'll be airborne before the coral. Don't worry, folks. We'll do it. There we go. Oh, piece of piss. Made it with all of about 3 centimetres to spare. Positive rate, gear up. Climb out over the beautiful Coral Sea. Maintain runway heading for a bit. 100 knots, no worries about flaps. Handles like I remember. The only thing missing, I think, from this aircraft is a decent sound pack. If someone knows of one, please do let me know in the comments. I wasn't able to find one. I think the sounds are a bit, could be better. I actually like the aeroplane. Good value. Like, it was one of the famous flyers, I think. Picked it up quite a while ago now. Flown it a little bit. Love me some bow action. Love me beechcraft action. Any beach aircraft I'll take. And we'll begin our journey on towards track. The southeasterly track down to Orchid Beach this morning. Lovely morning. This part of the world, probably a little warm on it. We might check what the OAT is in a minute. We'll get Georgie doing some flying. Bloody lovely. Get that heading bug coming around. Righto. About there, we get Georgie flying. Your damper comes on automatically. Go into a bit of heading hold for me, Georgie. And vertical speed. Now, do we need to arm that altitude? Is that what we need to do? And it's reduced our vertical speed to... So 500 must be preset. Is that how it works? It does. We're good. Yeah, 500 feet a minute, that's fine. Not in a rush. I'll just zoom out here. We've got that GTN 750 replacing the GNS 530 hack thing. Obviously you need the PMS GTN 750, the free one. And then there's a thing available on the .to, and I'll try and put it in the description for you if you're interested, and it replaces... I kind of like it. It's not terribly realistic, but I like it, and that's all that really matters. Sim, you do you in this simming caper, as I often say, and as some of you share with me, that's your style as well. And can I just say thank you for all the support. It is appreciated. I've had a few people share some very kind words lately, via the YouTube and via Discord and even via email. And I just want to express my sincere thanks for that. It warms the cockles of one's heart. We'll go into nav mode, Georgie. When you're ready, mate, you can intercept that magenta. It won't take us long to get there today, folks. I am determined to bring the random YouTube channel feature segment back as well. I've got a YouTube channel for you. I don't know how many people will be interested in it, but doesn't matter. You can skip over it. That's why I put a whole lot of timestamps and stuff. There we go. We leave Lady Elliot behind. You can see all the coal sort of represented around it. Very small location. The King and I enjoying ourselves this fine morn. What is our temperature, Kingy? Pretty warm, I'm guessing, mate. Oh, it's 20 degrees Celsius up here at, what are we, coming up through 3. It's actually probably pretty comfortable on the ground. Much more comfortable than where I am. It has been warm in this part of the world, right in the middle of an Aussie summer. Anyway, folks, I'll join you again in a couple of minutes with the feature YouTube segment, and then we will make an approach and landing onto Gari. Alright, so we've reached our cruise altitude of 5,500. I'm not going to spend much time here before we hit Toddy and then be on our way down onto Gari. Gari has sort of become visible in the distance. Today's feature YouTube channel is called Julia Flights. I like the simplicity of that naming, Julia Flights. And I really like her banner. I'm Julia and I love plane spotting. Dead set, where I come from, that statement is considered a marriage proposal. I meet a woman IRL and she introduces herself like that. I'm making a beeline for the jeweller. Fair dinkum. Isn't it great to see? I've never met a person, male or female, who's introduced themselves like that. Well, now I have. And now you have. Thanks to me sharing these random YouTube channels with you. This is a plane spotting channel run by a lovely woman called Julia. She does her plane spotting at Brisbane International, and enjoyable streams. I didn't know this was such a big thing. Like, there's lots of plane spotting channels on YouTube, I've since discovered. This one was recommended to me one day in YouTube's algorithm wisdom. And I thought I'd have a look, and it was quite enjoyable. I'm not sure that I share her enthusiasm for plane spotting, not to the same degree. I enjoy looking at a few planes, don't get me wrong. But yeah, Julia Flights, she does pretty regular streaming, and really like her interaction with the community. I think that stands out. It's not just a camera pointed at the runway. She has someone, a bloke with her. I think it must be her bloke. I think his name's Gavin. And I really like how she interacts with the community, and the community interact with her. And it's an enjoyable distraction, an enjoyable escape. Brisbane International does see some interesting aeroplanes from time to time. And worth checking out. Julia Flights is today's feature YouTube channel. I'll next see you for an approach into Orchid Beach. Here she is, folks, the beautiful island that is Gari, biggest sand island in the world. Dirty big island it is. Well, it's not dirty, actually very, very clean, but it's big and absolutely beautiful. Very popular location for both domestic and international tourists. If you're coming from a distance, you'll tend to kind of arrive at Hervey Bay, which is over here. There are a few other places on the mainland that you can get to Gari from, but Hervey Bay seems to be the most popular. That's where you fly into from Brisbane anyway, and then across the ditch, and you find yourself here on Gari. Different styles of accommodation, southern and northern end. We're flying down into Orchid Beach here on the north. Beautiful place. They do have a bit of an issue. Well, it's actually the tourists that have more of the issue. Dingoes roam free here on Gari. Dingoes, Dingoes, the dog's made famous by that movie that a lot of people have seen, starring Meryl Streep. The dingo took my baby. The Azaria Chamberlain case, that happened 40-something years ago, it feels like. Dingoes, if you're coming up here, don't try and feed the dogs, don't try and pat them, just leave them be. They are known to take a little nip from time to time. You hear stories quite regularly, just about every summer, stupid people who let their kids go and interact with the dingoes. Just leave them be, please. But otherwise, it's an absolutely beautiful. These sort of inland waterholes and inland lakes, some of them are just stunning to visit. Yeah. Lovely part of the world. We're setting up. Well, we're on our way down for an approach. We're down through 4.5. We've got 13 miles to run into Orchid Beach. The wind is holding up. It looks like it to be mainly an easterly breeze. I don't know what the runway is here in Orchid Beach. We can probably find out, hey? Waypoint info. Runways 1230. So we're going to land runway 12. We've got 2,000 feet of runway to land on, and it's saying it's concrete. I thought it was grass. Doesn't matter. As long as it's runway looking. In fact, even if it's not runway looking, we're going to land. We'll land on the beach if we have to. Won't matter to me one iota. Getting down at 160 indicated. It's a nice high-speed descent here in the bow, 500 feet a minute. We might have to increase that. Oh, we were doing 500. Why are we doing 400? Georgie, you've taken 100 feet off me, mate. You're going to have me high on profile. That's not like me. I'm always perfectly on profile, particularly the vertical one. You know that, viewers. Never high. Yeah, right. Orchid Beach, here we come. I mentioned at the earlier in the video that having a little bit of trouble of late completing flights. Not entirely sure why. Whether it's a local issue, whether it's a sim issue, whether it's a universal spiritual issue, more likely. I haven't been praying enough to the simming gods. Well, simming gods, I've crossed my fingers. I've sacrificed my firstborn, and I'm paying my respects. Please help a brother out here. I think I've got the runway in sight. I've got the resort in sight. It'd be there, wouldn't it? I reckon. It's beautifully represented in the sim. Nice looking aeroplane, the bows, eh? And the V-tail. I like it. It's different. This is a nice green and gold livery as well. There we go, we've got some civilization starting to appear. That looks like a strip for mine. We might give Georgie a rest. We're 6 miles. We're slightly high on profile. I blame George. All your fault, mate. All your fault. We're going to come right off the juicies. Make sure our mixture is rich. We'll set up for a landing down onto runway 12 here at Orchid Beach. Keep the speed up though. What have we got to get down to get gear and approach flap? Can't remember. About 150, 140, something like that. That'll do us. I'll kind of head for the a little town, a little resort. Yeah, the sounds are really quite ordinary here. They're quite dull, and they don't have much in the way of character. Unlike my canine companion, King had a lot of character. He was a character. Sorely missed. Yeah. I know. I'll get the gear down. We are seriously high, Georgie. Jeez, mate, you're giving me a challenge. Early morn. There's our strip. It's a grass strip. It's not a concrete strip. Down through 120. Still high. Might need to slip a little bit here. Yeah, Kingy. Not a day goes by but I don't remember him. Place just hasn't been the same without you, King. But you're back in the virtual sense, flying with me again, and it just feels right, Kingy. It just feels right. Here we go, Orchid Beach. We're on final. Down through 1,000. 100 knots. Slightly quick. What's that flashing at in the water? Am I just imagining that? Something seriously weird. Is that an animation of a... supposed to be an animation of a whale? It is! Oh, I can't believe it. That was unexpected. Sort of it'll appear here, folks. There's a whale. Great place for whale watching up here. Huge business out of Harvey Bay. Oh, that is fantastic. It's killing my frames, but I'll take that. Kingy, a whale. It's the only whale you'll ever see in your life, mate. 90 knots, folks. Full flat, gear down. Fingers crossed and sphincter is tight. Big pause. Yeah, the whale animation's not helping the simple. Oh, that's beautiful out the left-hand side. Righto, into the flare, folks. Off the juicies. A little bit flat. Holding it off a little bit, and touch down. Trying to keep it on the strip. There we go. Folks, welcome to Orchid Beach. Welcome to Gari. Welcome to Queensland, and welcome to Australia. Thanks for your company in another flight. Thank you, Kingy, for your company, and thank you, birds. Managed to get a late chirp in there. Folks, until we next meet, you stay well. You enjoy your simming, and bye for now.